But that's good. That's fucking amazing. +5? Okay, boys. So, the honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is over. Needless to say, I'm happy with the buffs, but do the changes actually matter for Alex? Well, we're about to see. I have put up a little notepad on the most important changes that I have found with this character. As we can see, the regular throw, extended throw range. The difference, you may not be able to see it, but it is there. So that's good. It's a nice little, you know, quality of life buff. But what I really think are the most important ones, though, I think is standing heavy punch. The standing heavy punch makes a big difference. Standing heavy punch makes a big difference in Alex's game plan. Should you even use it compared to crouching heavy punch? Well, in some ranges, crouching heavy punch won't work there. This is now a reliable anti-air. It hits high up, and it knocks him down. So you're at advantage. You can do that. And this is pretty damn important. Now, it's not going to work all the time. There are some times, if you hit them low enough, that they won't work. The next buff that I want to talk about, they buffed medium powerbomb range. So the medium powerbomb range is now last season's powerbomb range. And your light powerbomb is basically a geef throw. Basically, that's how you want to think of it. That's medium powerbomb. That's light powerbomb. Because the grab range is absolutely fucking insane. Okay, the next thing that I think is super important. The +3 is great. The reason why it's great is powerbomb is a 6-frame startup. And since it's a special move, it takes priority. Basically what that means is light powerbomb doesn't work, right? Light powerbomb doesn't work because it's a 9-frame startup. You're gonna get hit. But if you go for medium, it works. They either have to guess if you're gonna go for another one, another standing medium punch, or if you're gonna go for a medium powerbomb, which is a really good mix-up. The Lariat has been changed from 3 frames to +3 to +4. That pretty much means one thing, and that is that this is now a true block string. So why is that important? Why is this now important? Well, for one, they can't just V-shift this. They can't V-shift the Lariat. They can be mashing, but it won't work. So this just locks them in. That's if you don't want them to V-shift. If you want to continue your pressure, you can. It's just a little bit of a added Lariat pressure. Just changing it from +3 to +4. I think the biggest winner in this patch, though, has definitely got to be medium elbow. Medium elbow got beefed. It got absolutely pumped with steroids. That shit is nice. So they added a little bit of float time to medium elbow. That's pretty much what they did. They added a little bit of float time. So now medium elbow has more pressure options, and you can get a combo off of it. That's it. You have a combo and you get more pressure options, which is really great. You're guaranteed pressure. So I'm +7. I'm +7 on back roll, and I'm +2 on quick rise. And that is absolutely amazing. You couldn't get that before. That was unheard of. But now you get 2 dashes for free, which is good for corner carry. Good for corner carry and good for pressure. But in the corner, boom. So if you want to add a little bit of extra damage, you can. When they showed this off, when they showed off this specific combo, I didn't think it was worth it. I was like, oh, why the hell would I want to do that? I'm just going to go for my regular like pressure route. You get a lot of damage and a lot of stun off of this. So the only thing that I would say that kind of sucks about this patch is that they didn't buff this. They didn't buff crouching light kick. Crouching light kick is still not a very good button, because if they block it, you're 0, and off of EXD, if you're +1, you're still gonna get hit. So if they know the matchup, they're gonna press a button after they see crouching light kick, and your pressure ends from there. I would say the next best pressure option is just crouch jab. crouch jab, 100%, because we're gonna get into our next buff on the list that I think is a huge game changer. Crouch light punch. The frame advantages has been changed from +4 to +5. That is huge, especially with the buff to light chop. So you can link stuff off of this button now. See that? That wasn't possible before. For example, I can go for stuff like... And you can also do stuff like, if you have V-Skill 2, look at that. That's a shit ton of damage. A lot of damage, a lot of stun. Look at the stun bar. She's already like halfway there to stun. It's good. It's a really good buff. V-Trigger 2 got juiced as well. V-Trigger 2 got juiced. They didn't change V-Trigger 2 fundamentally. All they did was just increase the timer. So now instead of only getting 2 DDTs or 2 chops, you now get 3. So boom, there's 1. There's 2. And 3. So 3 is the maximum that you get. And that's both for DDT and the chops. So you get 3 of each. And that's important, because now you get 3 guess situations. So they also buffed light elbow. Light elbow when you get a counter hit. You get a combo afterwards with stand light kick. So let's assume we're playing neutral. We're playing neutral. And boom. So basically what this update did, or what is given Alex, is he has access to more pressure routes. The last thing, I guess, is kind of important, but not really like gonna make a huge difference like any of the other stuff. Just increase forward and back walk speed. That's pretty much it. So Alex's walk speed is just now slightly higher. So he walks a little bit faster. But I think that's it. I think those are pretty much all the really like important buffs that they gave Alex this season. So the last thing that I guess I need to talk about is, do these changes fundamentally matter for Alex as a character? So he now has 1, more access to pressure. That is what he was lacking in last season and all the other seasons. He was lacking pressure. They kind of tried to fix that a little bit last season, but it wasn't enough to really make a huge difference. He gets an easy confirmable light combo that could lead to a knockdown. An easy light knockdown conversion. Boom. That also starts pressure. And now, third, he has an extremely long command throw. And I didn't really get into depth with this, but you could do some pretty dirty mix-ups with this. So this is basically last season's power bomb. Last season's power bomb, this is what this is. It's whiffing. But with this new command throw, light, it reaches. So you have more mix-up options. So a lot of Alex players, they like to go for this. So you get a parry off that, right? Because it's -2, so you can parry immediately after that. A lot of Alex players like going for this. But now if you don't have access to V-Trigger, you basically get a free parry off this. So let's assume I still want the same pressure route. You can use V-Shift as both a defensive tool and an offensive tool. There's nothing that you can link off of like this range with Alex, unfortunately. I guess you can do that, but that's really risky. I 100% believe these changes are going to help Alex in the long run, and I think he's going to be a more competitive like character, more competitive tournament character for sure. I think he's probably tournament viable. Last season he was kind of on the fence, kind of like, yeah, I guess so, but not really all that much. But now with these buffs, I think 100%, 100% for sure, he's tournament viable.
Hi YouTube, hi YouTube.
Crazy. You know I gotta mute that.
I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more